Audio Jungle.
Paul Burrell has shared his disappointment that Prince Harry has not condemned the portrayal of his nephew Prince George in the controversial animated series The Prince. Talking to Closer magazine, Princess Diana's former butler, 63, criticized HBO Max's 12-part series, which has sparked a backlash over its decision to mock George, 8, and his siblings Charlotte, 5, and Louis, 3, as well as its depiction of the late Duke of Edinburgh. The show centers around a fictional version of George as a child tyrant with expensive taste, a withering sense of humor and a dim view of his family, while Prince Harry is played by Orlando Bloom and depicted as an inattentive father who has to work at a coffee shop to pay the bills after his TV projects fail. Paul said he believes it could be extremely damaging to target a young boy and mock him in the way the cartoonists have, and suggested Harry should speak up and defend his family. He added that he was shocked to see the Prince creator Gary Janetti claim on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen earlier this month, that Harry seemed to have a sense of humor about it all. Paul suggested that if it were Archie and Lilibet being mocked, Harry's 2 children with his 40-year-old wife Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, then legal action would have followed. However, Archie does feature in the show. Paul said, "It seems ironic to me that while Meghan and Harry are happy to lend their voices to supporting mental health charities, they can't seem to speak up and defend their family. I've seen The Prince and it's extremely damaging to target a young boy and mock him in the way the cartoonists have done." Prince Harry is said to have viewed the program with a sense of humor. "I can't quite believe that. If it were Archie and Lilibet being mocked, I suspect there would be a lawsuit." Prince William and his wife Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, also have 6-year-old daughter Princess Charlotte and 3-year-old son Prince Louis together. The Prince boasts a star-studded voice cast with the late Prince Philip voiced by former Downton Abbey actor Dan Stevens, Orlando Bloom as Prince Harry and Sophie Turner as Princess Charlotte. Bloom previously admitted he was initially wary of accepting a role in the series, because he's very proud of his British roots, and didn't want to take part in a show that could be seen as cruelly mocking the UK's royal family. However, the 43-year-old actor soon realized Family Guy co-executive producer Janetti was presenting the series in a very affectionate and witty way, and he was encouraged to accept the role by his fiancée Katy Perry. Bloom said, "I don't know if you've seen Gary's Instagram, but he's incredibly funny and has a very affectionate and witty way of commenting on the royal family." Why is HBO's The Prince being criticized? Following the release of the show, it was met with both praise and criticism following the use of Prince George as their main character. Bottom line, children are off limits, women's rights activist and author Dr. Sholomos Shogbamimu said on Good Morning Britain. Creating a parody to poke fun at an 8-year-old is not funny. It's uncalled for, and it goes against our collective sense of responsibility. Others have since taken to Twitter to voice their comments about the controversial show. Royal reporter Omid Scobie chimed in and tweeted, "Don't particularly agree with parodying children, but guessing I'm in the minority as HBO Max's No FS Given series #The Prince hits the streamer tomorrow. Royals have been parodied on dozens of shows over the years, Spitting Image, The Windsors, SNL etc." Scobie added in, "But this is the first time I can recall children being targeted. It may be comedy, but it comes across as creepy and borderline bullying. Seems like many of you feel the same." While many have taken shots at the content, Orlando Bloom, the voice of the Duke of Sussex on The Prince and real-life friend of Prince Harry, defended the comedy. "It's not malicious or intended to be. He's really got his finger on the pulse, Gary. He's so smart and so zeitgeisty," Bloom said about the show. "I rolled the dice on it, but I'm going to have to mention it to Prince Harry when I next see him, because I'm not going to be able to not. Oddly, I'm sure I'm going to see him at some point, just because of the nature of the universe, it always throws people together."